Hey, this is Full Game Prometheus giving you another offensive scheme. This is going to be out of the Titans playbook. I'm the only YouTuber that actually shows you full games of all the schemes and tips that he breaks down to this channel. Show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. So, guys, I want to go ahead and break this Titans playbook down. This is going to be the third formation that I'm breaking down from the scheme. This is a scheme I actually ran last year in 2016 and had fairly good success with it, and I utilized it in the Buccaneers playbook. Now, I've seen other YouTubers actually post this scheme, but I'm just going to show you how I break it down, what I look for, and basically the reads I actually make. So with this, we're going to go ahead and take a look at this. Let's take a look at the audibles and some of the base plays we'll call from there. Alright, so the audibles we have in this particular play is going to be the Y-stick halfback angle, which is really good. It's a unique cover 2 beater. I've showed you the stick play before. You got a good play, which is going to be the inside zone. Even though it's toned down from what it was back in Madden 16, it's still a very good run play. 4 verticals. I'm not necessarily going to break this down for you. I've also got the play action read. I like this play because it gives me a couple quick reads and it's got nice little levels to hit my opponent over the middle. Now, the two base plays we're going to take a look at in this scheme, we're going to take a look at the shovel option. Another base play we're going to take a look at in this scheme is going to be the wide receiver screen, because this is going to force my opponent to go ahead and defend those flats over there. I could utilize the play action post cross shot. This is a good play to go ahead and hit your opponent for some deep opportunities, but you can still get some pretty good deep opportunities with the play action read. So we're just going to go ahead and show you the running, one of the most unique running plays in the game, which is going to be the shovel option. I don't know if you guys have been underneath a rock, but this is actually a phenomenal play to go ahead and attack your opponent with. Force them to go ahead and defend it. Now you can really, and it dictates how they play their defense after you show it to them a few times. Alright, so with the shovel option, we're going to go ahead and just play against any random nickel defense right here. And basically what we're going to do is, the key to this particular play is, as you can see, defenders actually coming in and blitzing. We're trying to run flat. We're going to run towards the sideline and make a decision where we're going to go ahead and hit our right bumper button and take the ball up to the tight end, or actually to our left bumper button and kick the ball off to the running back. Now, a lot of times we're going to kick it off to the running back primarily because he's going to get a nice run. Now, this is an ideal play to run when you're using a mobile quarterback. Anybody that's got maybe 80 speed or better, that's the ideal situation. 75 speed is actually fairly good too. But if the defenders crash down and they don't take you, basically that running back is going to be naked on an island, and it's a nice little outside run that you can actually pick up some fairly easy yards right there. So I was able to pick up a good 5 or 10 yards. One little trick too is that there's an option with this particular play is that you can actually put your tight end over here on the isolation, and that should give you some good blocking. So if you don't have a very good blocking wide receiver, you can put your tight end over there, and actually it's going to drive your opponent crazy because he's going to get pancaked on the side. So one of the options, as I stated before, is you're going to go ahead and select tight end wide out. So I've got Walker over there, and he's going to go ahead and take on his block now. So what you're going to do is you're going to force your opponent to defend the pitch, and if he doesn't, he's going to get penalized for huge runs off the middle. And eventually what he's going to do is he's going to put a couple of defenders over there to go ahead and take that pitch away. But what's great about it is just such an annoying run to actually go ahead and defend, because you have to start stacking it. Now, what's good about this play is that it does have a nice complement run with an inside zone. So if your opponent starts cheating the defender down, trying to take away the pitch, you just go ahead and just hit him with the inside zone. An inside zone, especially against a very good defense like this, is actually going to get very good blocking. And you just look for the double teams, and if he's got to defend the pitch on the outside and defend the inside zone, you're going to go ahead and make basically a shotgun formation, a very, very effective running formation, which is going to be extremely annoying to stop. Now, if you wanted to attack your opponent off to the right-hand side with just a better run to the outside, you can actually hit him with a halfback base. But if I have opponents using a lot of zone coverage, I can actually go ahead and hit him with like a wide receiver type or wide receiver screen situation. So once again, and you get good blocking right up there, and he's going to be forced to go ahead and defend the flats with some kind of hard coverage or some type of man coverage. And you've got 3 blockers out there too, so if you can get rid of the ball right there, he doesn't have a lot of awareness on his defensive line, you should be able to pick up some fairly monster yards with a little annoying play off with the screen. So with the wide receiver screen, it's just going to be very annoying for your opponent to go ahead and stop that type of stuff, because the way the play is set up. So if he's not defending it correctly, if he's using a lot of zone coverage, and he's not going ahead and taking a defender over to defend it, it's just going to be one of those annoying plays to stop. So that's when you start breaking the plays where you're going to attack your opponent deep. So one of the base plays you're going to hit him was with verticals. And verticals, I do love verticals because you do have really good players. One of the things I like to do, and this is just basically just one of my personal tendencies, is I like to do an out, a smart routed out, or I can do a quick out, depending on what my opponent's coverage is at. And if no defenders fall in an area, I'll do that. If not, I'll go ahead and try to attack them in the seams right there. So I'll take a look at this particular play. As you can see, it's floating coverage, it's floating back to the out route. So if nobody's coming that area, I'm just going to go ahead and try to pop them in the seam, because I know this seam route should be wide open against any kind of a cover 3 shell. Alright, so if my opponent's using a lot of cover 2, which is very popular online, I'm going to use the Y stick halfback angle. And what's unique about this Y stick, or the stick play, is that you got a halfback angle that goes with it, that gives you just another progression or read against your opponent. So you could leave that wide receiver or actually tight end route the way you wanted to, but I like to go ahead and put him in a streak route to actually pull a defender out. And then with Walker, generally on the backside of Y stick, I usually have that guy in a slant, but we're going to go ahead and put him in a drag route because we have a nice complement with the running back route on an angle. Now my progression is going to be this defender right here to see if he actually presses and releases, and if he does release, I'm going to go ahead and just check down from there and go for make my progressions. So this is what my cover 2 look is like. This is what I'm seeing when I'm looking at cover 2. I'm looking at this read right here, this wide receiver right here. Now he gets pressed. All right, so that's most likely cover 2, and you see he gets released. But the way he gets pressed on the inside, and this defender's just floating a little bit too close to that defender for me to go ahead and do a sideline pass lead off to the right-hand side. So with that said, I'll go ahead and make my next progression. As you can see, these two guys are actually coming across the middle, and I've got a high-low read with my defenders. So there's nobody on the drag route, so that's why I wanted to check down to that, and I was able to pick up a good 10 yards on that. So this is going to be what the play looks like. And once again, it looks like it's a cover 2 sink, so I'm going to just go ahead and hit the guy underneath. Now what's great is that if he cheats down right there, I can actually go ahead and wait for the running back route to get to the next level. If you guys have watched before, I was using this guy and putting him on a deep slant on the back side, and because it didn't have a complement route, the slant basically, if he was playing to sink coverage, these guys would basically let him float up, and I just wouldn't get the separation I was looking for. So I had to go ahead and check down, and then my opponent would manually defend that route. So basically, I didn't have anywhere to go. Well, because I've got the running back route in an angle, he's going to be going right up the sideline. As you can see, I picked up a good 25 yards just because that angle route just becomes wide open. So this is going to be an interesting play to go ahead and use online. Hopefully I can make the progressions quick enough against my opponent, especially if he's using cover 2, because he's going to be forcing him to go ahead and defend all these different areas of the field, which is going to be good against cover 2. Now, last play we're going to take a look at is going to be the last audible. Is going to be play action read. And what I like about this particular play is that it does give me levels off to the left-hand side. I can go ahead and take my running back and put him on a check and release just to give me another release play. But my first progression is going to be Walker, or my number 1 wide receiver, off the left-hand side, and I'm going to make progressions from there. If no defender actually floats into the flat, I can always check down to the running back, and then I've got crossing routes over the middle off the left-hand side. Now, this is a nice little deep out where Walker, I just got rid of the ball a little bit too late right there, but what's great about it is that if no defenders fall in the area, it's just a great man beater, right? And as you can see right there, I picked up a good, huge 15-yard gain, 20-yard gain with that particular route. So very, very fast adjustment. I can jump into this and go ahead and do a block and release with my running back. And if nobody falls out to the running back, I can go and hit to him next. And I've got a crossing route by the tight end, I've got a deep dig route, and then I've got a big money play route right there with a deep post, especially if I get an opponent that actually comes down. So my first progression is to go ahead and establish the sideline right here. And if nobody actually, sees, you can see this defender's floating up. He's taking his butt and he's putting it towards the sideline. He's playing a cover 2 shell. I could try to throw that ball, but basically he's going to get a beat on it. Now, so my next progression is going to be the flat, and as you can see right here, the running back is just going. He's going to the flat basically with nobody in the area. This defender is actually floating down towards the flat, but actually that's one of the reasons why I didn't look to it. I've got a crossing route right here by the tight end, which against man coverage he should get a fairly easy release. But what's great about this is a cover 2 shell right here, is that this deep post is going to get easy separation against cover 2, and those safeties actually have to play back, and that's how I was able to go ahead and pick up an easy touchdown with that play. So I love play action. I love play action read. It's a play that I actually haven't used in a long time, but it's easy to set up. It's a very fast. You can quick hike your opponent because it's one adjustment, and it's very good play to use. All right, so to my subscribers, I hope you guys appreciate this breakdown. This is the gun wide trips halfback week. This is basically how I'd utilize the shovel option in conjunction with a wide receiver screen, and then use some of the base audibles, inside zone, play action read, the Y stick halfback angle, and also utilize verticals to go ahead and attack my opponent. This is this would be a formation I might jump into, maybe in second downs or third down situations, just to go ahead and harass my opponent, get them out of their game. So once again, to my subscribers, I hope you go ahead and subscribe, or actually I hope you guys pick up some good tips from my gameplay. You can see how this works against live opponents, to see how they adjust, how well the plays work. If you guys are new to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'll be rolling out full gameplays with live commentary, or actually react to what my opponents are doing live, so you get basically uncensored thought, flubs with how I say things, and basically how I react and how my opponents go ahead and scheme against these plays. So thanks a lot for your support, and until next time.